Hey everyone, my name is Jamie Lee. Welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching this video today. Now today we're back with one of my favorite bra brands, which is FORLEST, with a few new bra styles to try, some new versions of old favorites, and like always when we do bra reviews specifically, we will take a look at them under a shirt, take a look at them on their own, we'll go over the different features, how they fit and feel on me, and hopefully I'll be able to help you decide if you want to try any of these for yourself or not. Now, in general with FORLEST, I have really liked a lot of their bras. I get sent tons of different bra styles to review on this channel, and I would say probably like 50% of them I end up donating or gifting to a friend or family member because I just have way too many bras by the time I end up receiving them all. FORLEST are some of the ones that actually end up staying in my bra repertoire that I wear all the time because I really find them incredibly comfortable and incredibly high support, especially for wireless bras. Obviously, quite often when you're looking at wireless bras versus like a full underwire bra, you are looking at a pretty sizable downgrade in support level, in lift, in separation. FORLEST is one of the few brands that I don't feel like does that. You don't really have to compromise. You get something that's really comfortable, no wires digging into you, but they also still give me really good lift, really good support, comfy all day long, and that is very rare for a bra brand. Now, they have tons of different styles, and I have reviewed quite a few different styles at this point. So if there is a particular style that you've been interested in and you have any questions about it, you can leave them down in the comments, and I can either direct you to a video where I specifically review that, or I'll let you know my thoughts. But in general, I have been a pretty big fan of most of their styles. There have only been a few that didn't really work for me. And last thing that I will super quickly mention before we get into the video proper, for some reason, every time I mention FORLEST, I tend to get at least one, in my opinion, kind of like rude, snippy comment about, well, aren't these like made in China? I just want to be clear that probably all of your favorite bras are manufactured in China. That is just where the greatest amount of manufacturing plants exist and the most manufacturing expertise, and you will be hard pressed to find quality, really great bras that are manufactured in Canada, in the US. It seems to be mostly people based in the US who have these concerns. Being manufactured in China does not make something lower quality, and in a lot of cases you can get really amazing high quality pieces that are made there, and in fact most luxury high-end goods are made there as well. Hopefully we've nipped that question in the bud. We've got 4 different bra styles to try today. Now, I typically wear anywhere from like a 34 triple D to a 34G, depending on the bra style and which measurements we're going by. And in FORLEST, that typically translates to a size large. And as I mentioned, these are fully wireless bras. You can see no wires or anything hard in there. So they are sold in like a medium, large, extra large, etc. type sizing, with each one of those kind of covering a size range. That sizing has worked perfectly for me. I have not had any issues with things being significantly too big, too small, etc. So I would recommend going with whichever one matches your size range. But please do make sure before you place an order for any bras, not just FORLEST, you actually take your sizing using a soft measuring tape or just a piece of string laid out next to a measuring tape if you don't have a soft measuring tape, to really make sure that you are getting the proper size, because there's nothing worse than walking around wearing a bra that just doesn't fit. So for me, you can see that my underbust is sitting above a 32, under a 34, so I always size up to a 34 underbust, thus giving me the 34 part of my size. And then my bust measurement around the fullest part of my bust, and keep in mind you should be doing this without a bra on, is around 41 inches. So the easy way to determine bra size, the quick and dirty simple way, would be to say, okay, I need to count between 34 and 41. So I would go 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, and then you count these. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So I would be a 34G based on that very quick and dirty example. Different bra companies and brands will have different sizes depending on how their bras fit. Some fit tighter, some fit looser, some you need to get a different band size, but it's really a good idea before you buy bras every single time to just take a quick measurement, because even in like 6 months, say you lost a little bit of weight, say you gained a bit of weight, your bra size can change. Even if it only changes by like 1 cup size, that can be enough to make your old bras feel really uncomfortable, and it would just be terrible for you to order a brand new bra in the wrong size. Like always, I will include the exact names, what size I got, what color I got, and a link to every bra I'm wearing in this video down in the description box in the order that we're trying them on. So if there is one that you want to check out for yourself, you can find that down there. I will also be sure to include a couple of my other favorite bras so far from FORLEST down there. And we'll see, there could be some new ones in this video as well that I end up absolutely loving, but there are definitely a couple that I feel like I go back to every single time and I'm constantly re-wearing. So I will mention those down there. And with that, let's jump right into it with our very first bra. Now we're going to take the shirt off. We will put the shirt back on at the end to talk about how this bra looks under a shirt. I mean, you could see, I think that it did look really good. And ironically, this very first bra that we're trying on today, I have actually tried and reviewed this style before. So I'll try to go a little quicker through this, but we're trying this one now because there are a couple of new versions of this that were released as well. So we'll try one of the new versions after and kind of compare them. So this is the Hannah 2.0 bra. This is one of the ones that I personally reach for all the time when I want something super, super high support. So I have worn these bras as like sports bras. I've worn them just if I'm going to be having a really long day and I feel like I want a little bit of extra support, extra lift, make sure things are feeling really good so I don't get any of that like back pain or neck pain. So this bra is intended to be obviously comfortable with a lot of support, high lift, and it has very deep cups, which is one of the things that I think FORLEST does really well. So a lot of times when I'm trying on wireless bras, and I'm mentioning this constantly when I review anything, I end up with a lot of spillage out the top because I have pretty large cup size compared to my band size, which can result in, especially with standard like small, medium, large sizing, things popping out the top. FORLEST is specifically made for women with larger busts. So they have a pretty wide range of band options, a very wide range of cup options, which once again is not that typical for wireless bra brands. Now the straps on this are very thick, super comfy. This is the type of bra that no matter what you're doing, it doesn't feel like it's digging into you. I feel like things do look lifted in here. They're not sitting like naturally. They are sitting a little bit higher, protruding forward. This does have adjustable straps. And then all of the FORLEST bras do have a pretty wide band, which helps to provide a lot of smoothing for the back. So you don't end up with any bulging around the band. You don't end up with any like little back rolls underneath. They all get really smoothed out, which I like. Another key question that I get extraordinarily often about all wireless bras, does it provide separation? I think if you want full, complete 100% separation, your boobs literally sitting like apart from each other, you have to go get an underwire bra. That is just the only way. Like you need something that is physically between them, like pulling them apart. You're never gonna get that with a 100% wireless bra because there's nothing to like go between your heavy breasts, especially once you get to boobs of this size or bigger. They're heavy. A little stretchy piece of fabric cannot go between them and pull them apart. If that's what you're looking for, you're going to be disappointed in a wireless bra 100% of the time. However, with that being said, if you just go get a super like little stretchy flimsy bralette, things do tend to get like super, super close together. You end up with like a crazy amount of cleavage. I do feel like in these bras, because the cups are really, really deep in these, I don't feel like things are pushed together. I feel like they are more so just like pulled up and sitting naturally where they are. They aren't getting pulled apart. I already have like a very small torso. I'm only 5'1". I've got very narrow shoulders, a very narrow torso in general. And I think that can be deceptive on camera because obviously I'm not standing beside somebody else. I don't have very much space for things to go here. So I feel like this is not pulling them apart. It's not pushing them together. They're kind of just sitting where they would be sitting no matter what, just a little higher and facing forwards, if that makes sense. So with that, this is the Athena Bra. We'll put the shirt on and see how it looks under a shirt. But this is definitely one of the bras, one of the first ones that I would always recommend if you want something that's like very high support, but still wireless and comfy to wear. You can see that this is like a fairly tight style of top, but this bra looks great underneath it. Things are sitting high, they're sitting forwards, everything is looking really, really good. The back looks super smooth because of that really wide band, and you can't see any of the like designs that are on the sides of the bra, which is their W support design that's supposed to kind of cup around the side and cup up through the center to really give you that extra support. You can't actually see the seams or anything of that through the shirt, even though once again, like this is a comically thin little cheap t-shirt, and I think that that's excellent. I don't want to be seeing that through shirts, and I feel like this is looking really good. No bulging, the straps aren't digging in at all. In general, I would definitely recommend this bra, but let's try a different variation of it. All right, next up we have, once again, a Athena 2.0 bra, but this time this is the pullover version. So you can see this one does not have any clasps at the back, which means that if you are looking for a bra to sleep in, which this is actually a question that I get very, very often, I think this is something that would be perfect for that. If you're still looking for something that is supportive, has absolutely nothing that's going to dig into you, because this is just smooth all the way around, I think this could be a perfect option. I find I'm always really at a loss with that question because I personally don't sleep in bras ever, but now having tried this on, I think that I can understand where you're coming from a bit more, like what you might be looking for. Now, this is only one of the two new styles of the Athena Bra. The other one is a front enclosure version, which is also something that I've gotten questions about before, but I have not personally tried. I don't have one to try today, unfortunately. I would love to try one in the future, but I do think that both of these could be very good solutions to problems that I know a lot of people have. The pullover, once again, comfy, a little bit harder to get on, obviously, because you do need to like actually pull it over your head. The band has to be slightly tighter to allow it to actually like fit properly, so it can be a little harder to get on over your head. The pullover version, but once this version is on, I do think that it is incredibly comfy. Obviously, not a lot of adjustment with this one, so making sure that you get your correct size is very, very important. But also, this would be very comfortable for lounging. You still get great support from it. I do think that it's a little bit less support than from the traditional Athena. I do also think that I'm a little bit more ever so slightly smooshed together in this version versus the original Athena, but this still has the nice deep cups. It still feels comfy while providing high support, but you could also like go lay and read a book in this without worrying about anything digging into you. The whole thing is that same super soft, very stretchy fabric that I've come to expect from FORLEST, but now with even less things that even have the possibility to dig in anywhere. Now, the front enclosure bra I think is also really interesting and could be great for people who maybe just had a surgery, who won't be able to like reach behind their back to open and close their bra. Now you can just take it open from the front, slip it off, slip it back on without a lot of movement of the arms, and just button it up from the front. I think that that's very interesting, and I think the Athena was a great option to make these other bras from, because I do already think that this is one of the highest support options and is already so comfy. If you love a pullover option, if you want something to sleep in, if you just want something comfy to lounge in but still with high support, I think you'll really like this. Just make sure, like I mentioned, that you get the right size. So with a shirt on, this is once again that pullover bra style. Once again, I don't have any spillage at the top. I do think that I have a little bit less lift in this version than the previous one, but that's also coming with extreme comfort of not having absolutely anything that could dig into you. And the back on this one is obviously super, super smooth because there are no extra buckles or adjustable anything. It's really just completely smooth all the way. So I think that this one still looks really good under a t-shirt and obviously feels very comfy. All right, next up we have a minimizer bra style. So this is the Athena breathable minimizer bra. I actually have one other minimizer style from FORLEST FORLEST. I believe it's the Harper style, and I really enjoy that for things that maybe just are slightly too tight on the bust. It's nice to have something that can kind of like reduce the overall amount that you're projecting a little bit without completely squashing you totally flat. And I definitely feel like some minimizers can just be so incredibly uncomfortable. That has not been my experience with FORLEST so far, and this one certainly is not feeling uncomfortable either, which is nice. Now, like I mentioned, I'm usually sitting around 41 inches of like complete bust measurement. Right now I'm sitting a little bit closer to like 37 and a half. So it's definitely taking quite a lot off of like my total bust measurement. And I do definitely feel like I have much less projection if we look from the side, but I feel like it's accomplishing that without a lot of pressure on the chest, which a lot of times, like I mentioned, minimizers can just have way too much downwards pressure. Now, this bra is specifically called out as being breathable, and I would definitely agree. It has these entire portions all along the side that are essentially like a breathable mesh, which feels really good. Now, this does still have that signature W support band, so you are still getting some like lift and support from it, once again, while also getting the benefits of a little bit of minimizing. Now, there are two different types of like padding that you can get for this. You can either get the one I'm wearing now, which is petal shaped padding, which is just this very small, barely there padding that's just meant to like round things out, smooth out over the nipples. And I think this is also a good example of their like semi-fixed padding, where this padding is technically sewn in just at the bottom. So like you can remove it if you want to. If you don't want it in there, it would be easy enough to just like rip that out, but you'd also don't have to worry about it like coming out on its own or shifting around because it is still somewhat attached in there. Now, this bra once again has the nice wide straps, the W support. It also has the nice wide band with many different rows of clasps, adjustable straps, all of the things that I have come to kind of associate with FORLEST that are like their standards for every bra, but you also get that minimizing effect and the pretty breathable bra itself, which I think is quite nice. Especially in the summertime. I don't know about where you live, but where I live, it has been so freaking hot this summer. In a good way. I love when it's hot, but having a slightly more breathable bra option would be nice when it's this hot out. And with the shirt on, I don't know how easy it will be for you to tell, but I feel like things look significantly minimized compared to some of the other options we've looked at. Like definitely not projecting nearly as far out. The shirt even fits like a little bit looser. There's no pulling in the center now. Definitely the type of bra that I will want to have on deck when I'm wearing something that maybe does fit like slightly too tight, or where I just don't want as much projection in, like a big oversized tee or something. And then last but certainly not least, we have the Josie Bra. Now this bra, let me just start off by saying I love the color of this. I think it's really nice. I have been trying mostly like nude tones. You can get a lot of these bras in many different colors, and a lot of times you can get something that's like a little bit brighter, a blue, a pink, a green. So if you don't necessarily want just like a nude bra, you can get other colors as well. So I'm glad that this is a nice reminder of that. Now, one of the key like selling points of this bra is that it has a very seamless design and that everything is either fully seamless or bonded, like the W support pieces are bonded on here. So it should look very smooth under clothing. Obviously, we will try it on under a shirt, so we'll see. But otherwise, very similar features, once again, that I've come to know and expect from FORLEST. That W support band that is kind of hugging everything in all the right places, giving you that lift and support. Things are looking good. They're feeling very supported. Once again, nice wide straps, very wide band at the back and adjustable straps so you can adjust that, still be completely smoothed out at the back under all of your shirts. Once again, it fits very, very comfortably on me. And I think that it looks really good, like visually when I'm looking in the mirror at this, which is kind of just like just off to the side of you. I feel like it looks good. It fits good. And once again, I will always detest a bra that when you go to like reach across yourself or you're like scratching your back or whatever, anything digs into you, cuts you, feels generally uncomfortable. These bras are not like that to me. Everything is really, really stretchy, really soft. The edges of the straps are completely soft, completely rounded, made of this like thin, once again, stretchy fabric such that they're not digging into you at all when you're moving your arms around. There's nothing worse than you wear a bra to work for the first time and you realize halfway through the day it's like slicing up your arms. These will never do that to you. And now let's put those seamless claims to the test with a t-shirt. And as we can see, it definitely is looking completely seamless under there. We still have the blue bra on. Things look lifted. They're sitting nice and high, definitely projecting much more than with the minimizer bra, but it looks really good. Once again, nice and smooth from the back. And overall, FORLEST just makes some very good bras. I know that there are some people who, you know, you get blasted with ads for them online, so you get sick of seeing it and you're like, they can't possibly be that good. This is one of the examples where I would say they are actually that good. Once again, if you're just trying one for the first time, you just want to get one bra, see how it is, I would probably recommend going with that Athena Bra, the first one that we tried. Available in a bunch of different colors. Don't have to get nude if you don't want to. But this is, if you want something that is like good support, high lift, will keep you feeling supported all day long and still be really comfy for a larger chest, this is the one that you should probably just try it. And then if you want to try a couple of other styles as well, go for that as well. But the Athena Bra is truly so excellent. And it's funny because I think it's the very first bra I ever tried from them. And immediately I was like, wow, this is actually very good for a wireless bra. And I still wear it to this day. So definitely recommend that, and recommend just checking out FORLEST in general. I really like their pieces. But like always, if you do have any questions about any of the bras, I'm really happy to answer them. And if I don't have a direct answer, hopefully I can find one. And if you have tried FORLEST before, I would love to know how you liked it. And with that, thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope that you have a fabulous day and that I'll see you next time. Bye!